You came to Italy. Why did you join EduChange project?
Okay, so my basic motivation to join this project was because it was in the field of education and working with a school, and because I come from a family of teachers, and my mother, grandmother, a lot of my family members are teachers. So I was always interested in knowing how the education system is in another country, a developed country like Italy. So that is the basic motivation to join this project.
For me, I always have been working as a volunteer in international networks, so this was a great opportunity to do another thing to the people that improve the English language to the students.
Okay. What was your first impression about Italy and Italians?
Well, my first impression was that Italians are very friendly people, and they are really concerned that you are at home and you feel comfortable around your own surroundings. So also that I found Italy very beautiful, specifically Campobasso and its surroundings. I think it's very beautiful, and I think it's a very good place to be.
Yes, for me it sounds similar, specifically with the landscapes in Molise, the region. I think that have great landscapes, but at the same time the culture, the museums, the history, because I think that Italy have a lot of history. So that was my first impression, and of course the people friendly.
Thank you. What will you remember of this trip?
Well, about this trip, I think my fellow colleagues in the school, Carlos, Professor Antonella, Professor Luisa, I think they are very good people to work with, and there is a lot that I think I have professionally gained from working with these people. So I think the biggest takeaway for me is working with such people.
For me, this is the great experience in my life. So maybe I will remember everything that I do here with the people, the life experience, the professional experience as me, like as a professional, as a Colombian citizen, will be great, because Italy is another different culture with my country. So maybe I come back to my country and I teach some things that I learned here.
What do you think of Italian scholastic system?
I think it's both. I think some things are very good here because this is a vocational training institute, and I find that it is very relevant to the kind of jobs that are available in the market, and I think that is very good because this is a little different from India, where it is more theoretical rather than practical. So the more practical approach of Italian school system is something I really admire.
Well, I think that the scholar system here is very different of my country too, but the projects like this, like EduChange project, promote different education, yes, and promote that the students want to learn different things and different cultures and a different language like the English. So I think that it's very interesting that the system scholarship in Italy apply this EduChange project around the country.
What are the differences between Colombia, Italy, and India?
Well, with Colombia, the principal difference is the water. For example, my country is a tropical country, so every time it's the same water in the park. But at the same time, the food, because the Italian food is very different. In country, for example, we have the pizza, lasagna, and pasta, but it's very different to the original pizza, like the Napolitana pizza, and something like that. So it's very different. But about the food, about the culture, of course, about the water, it's really different, and about the people too. Yes.
I think India is very different because it is firstly a developing country and not a developed country like Italy. So I think that is a primary difference. The whole culture of India is very extremely different from Italy, I think. And you will find that people in India, the way they interact with each other within the office setup, I think it's really different. And as he said, weather is very different, food is very different. I think the kind of the places that are around that are to be explored in Italy and in India are very different, I think, because India is very populated, so everything is lot of crowd and a lot of people. But here it's relatively very less people, so very peaceful. I think that is the primary difference.
Okay. What would advise to students to have a better future?
Well, my first advice would be to firstly take up education very seriously, because what I notice is that the level of seriousness is a little lesser here in Italy as compared to India, where people are very determined to get a graduation degree or a master's degree, and they make sure that they complete their education, and they are very serious about the kind of career plan that they want to have. And despite Italy being a very developed country, I think you have a very tremendous opportunity where if you study very well, it will reflect in the kind of jobs that you get and the kind of lifestyle you'll have. So I think you are very privileged to be in such a country where there are so many facilities. So I think you should make the best use of it and study really hard to get your education completed.
Yes, the education is the only way to finish with the ignorance with all. But I think that this kind of projects like EduChange promote at the same time the peace in the people, the peace in the country, and of course the sustainability development goals that is very important for the United Nations. And well, I say you that it's very important that you study that kind of programs and that kind of projects, because it's very important to the world and to the people to improve that kinds of goals too. And of course, the same time, the education, the degrees, or whatever that you want to study in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, grazie.